Well, hi everyone. This morning we are headed to one of my favorite places, Black Creek Greenhouse in East Earl, Lancaster County. Oh, and it's kind of busier this morning. It's only about 9:40 and the parking lot's pretty busy. So that means they have a lot of pretty things, I'm sure. So I am super excited to check out their spring and Easter flowers. So as you're walking in on their front porch, they have all of their bird baths out. These are really nice, heavy ones there. All kinds of colors. They have their rocking chairs. All right, let's head on in. And right when you walk in, you can see on the walls, they have all of their spring wreaths displayed. That's great. And then look at the display. Every season they have a display here. And this one is awesome. It's like a cabin camping theme this year. I love this one. And even on the top, there's an owl looking out. They have so many details in these displays, like the hot dogs and hamburgers. And here's some food over here grilling over the campfire, along with all of the plants that they sell here too. So if you're here, make sure you stop and look at the display and just take a second to look at all the details, because you always will find more things scattered about. There's like a deer peeking through the plants and the frog in the water. Really, really neat. This might be one of my favorite displays that I've seen here. Right next to the entrance display, they have all the houseplants here to the left. They have gorgeous houseplants. And then over here on the right, they have neat wind chimes for spring that are out. All kinds of neat hanging decorative items. And don't forget, over here, if you need a break, or if you have somebody that's not a flower shopper, they can come up here and sit and have a cup of coffee that they have here. So that's always fun on their little porch. And then right at the porch, they have all of these neat garden decorations. Check out this giant owl. He is super neat. He's huge. And you can get him for $259 unassembled, or if you want to pay the extra $20, $279 assembled. If that doesn't scare away a predator, I don't know what will. He is huge. And then over here, they have all of these neat bamboo wind chimes. Here's one with a duck on it. This one's an owl. I like owls. This one is $49.99. It has like driftwood and the owl. It's pretty. And then over here are lots of, rain water spouts, lots of pretty garden decorations. A lot of neat wind chimes, glass balloon. All right, time to check out the flowers and see what they have. And this greenhouse is pretty large, so they have everything labeled on each aisle, so everything is very clear. They have tons of plants, vegetable plants, tomatoes. Look at all of these. So many garden plants ready, for planting time. Here's eggplants. Tons of veggies. Sweet and bell peppers. I'll be back for these in a little bit. It's too early to plant yet, but here's some begonias. These are always so pretty. And if you look up, they have tons of beautiful hanging fern baskets. Look at all of these ferns. This is such a cool greenhouse. I am so excited to be here. Lots of hostas. And these ones look like they're pretty nice sizes. A lot of grasses. Oh, here's some papyrus. I get this every year, and it's nice. It lasts all the way through fall. These are pretty grasses. Lots and lots of different types. Cordyline. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that right, but I like the green and the maroon together. Tons of geraniums. They have geraniums in every color you can imagine here. Look at all these. These are all geraniums. Let's walk through this way. Here's some more houseplants right in the middle of the aisles. They look pretty here. tons of hanging baskets in all different types of baskets, all different types of flowers. And then look at all this here. These are all zinnias. I love zinnias. I always plant these too because you have cutting flowers for the summer. And look at these beautiful hanging baskets in that cone-shaped basket. These are all petunias, and same thing, they have petunias in every color you can imagine. Here's some geraniums already blooming. Look at all of these bedding plants. Look at all the colors they have here. It looks so pretty. I forget what they're called though. Let's just check around here. I can show you the price too. These are $2.69 for 4-inch pots, coleus, sun or shade. I normally get some of them for the deck. And look at this. Look how pretty this is with all the colors. So many things to choose from here. Zazzleberry. I have never heard of them, but they're really pretty. You never know what you'll see here because they have so many different things. Beautiful hanging baskets. Let's just take a walk down here. You know, you could be in here for a whole day looking at all of the varieties that they have. I just wanted to kind of walk down this aisle just to show you. And look at these pretty foxtails. I always like them in like containers, like in a hanging basket. They always look so cool hanging out. And they're soft. They're really, really soft. Firetail, not foxtail. I always call them foxtails. And then over here, look how pretty all of these marigolds are. Everything's already, and so many things are in bloom here. It's so neat to see that. And then lots of pretty begonias and lots of things here. Here's a whole section of cactus. Look how neat they are. I don't know what these are called. Let me see if I can find a little ticket. Spuntia or bunny ear cactus. We'll go with that. That's a little bit easier to pronounce. Let me get that ticket back in there. They are really unique looking. I like the yellow and green, and they have tons of different varieties of cactus here. I always like these ones with the colorful blooms on them. But look at this big section. This is all cactus plants. And look at these thorns. Yikes. I would not want to get stuck by one of them. They are huge. And then over here, just some house plants, really nice house plants. All kinds for shade and for sunshine. And these are already in pretty containers. So these would make really nice gifts as well. And look at this pretty wooden heart-shaped planter holder. That is really cute. Some pretty orchids. I never tried orchids. I know some people say they're kind of tricky, but they are really pretty. I just don't know too much about them. So we'll walk over to the other side, but take a quick look at that pretty display again. And then we'll walk down here, and of course they have lots and lots of pots. Look at these cute pots with the smiley face. I really like them. That is adorable. Over on this side are the Easter plants, some really beautiful arrangements. I love that. That is beautiful. He is risen. Lots of Easter plants and flowers over here. These are really pretty. They are mahogany snow Lenten rose. Wow, and it's a perennial. I really like them. They're very, kind of like soft, delicate looking. And then over here, wow, they have all of these beautiful Easter baskets, lots of different arrangements with pansies and daffodils and tulips, and a lot of really, it smells so good over here on this area too. Look at all the yellows. It's really pretty arrangements. And the hyacinths smell amazing. I love hyacinths. I wish I could just have that all year round growing. And then, of course, they have primrose. Look at all of these primrose in bloom. Ranunculus, I like them. They're really pretty. So many types of spring and Easter flowers are here now. So this is just a garden of springtime. Beautiful, beautiful flowers. Here's some strawberry plants, and then they have row after row after row of pansies, all colors and sizes. But wait, there's more. Look at all of this. Isn't this amazing? So many. This is just great. And here's some hens and chicks, and they are deer resistant. They have a lot of deer resistant plants here as well. We'll look at some in a minute. But here's all of the berries. There's blackberry, currant. I see in the back there's raspberries, gooseberries as well, red currant, lots of different kinds of berry. Here's elderberries. And here's hardy fig. Oh, wow, I love figs. That would be awesome to have a fig tree. Grapes, lots of good stuff. And here's this neat mechanism that moves plants around like on a track. That's really cool. They need it here. This place is so huge. Here's some ground cover pachysandra. So many beautiful flowers and plants. I always see something new here. That it's just crazy how many types of plants and veggies and fruits they have here. Some pretty lavender phlox. I find the wild lavender phlox growing around, where I live. Sometimes there used to be a lot more of it, like a long time ago, but I like when I find it in the woods. It's so pretty. These are pretty, Pulmonaria longwort, and these are deer resistant. You'll see lots of these deer resistant signs. Here's lupine, these are deer resistant. So that's a nice thing to have since so many of us have deer that like to munch on our plants. They carry lots and lots of varieties of grass here. And here's some more primrose. These are in larger pots. Look at these beautiful, deep, rich colors. I like this deep red. Really, really vibrant. Here's echinacea plants, and there are lots and lots of them too. They have tons of varieties of echinacea. Wow, just so many beautiful things. And then back here, they also have tons of different pots and containers and tables, beautiful plant stands. So a lot of good things here for that plant lover. Look at all this, there's tons of it. These are neat curly pussy willow branches. Look how, I've never seen curly ones. They have lots of the straight ones too, but I really like the curly ones. They're so neat. In the beginning, when you first walk in, they have a large selection of, gardening supplies. They have garden gloves, all the gardening equipment, fertilizers. Look at all these cute little handles they have for the trowels, hose handles and nozzles. So watering cans, you name it, they have all of the supplies that you could need for your gardening needs. They also have really cute gifts here. So if you need a gift for somebody, they have really cute things. They have tons of bird houses and bird feeders. Their selection is gigantic. And they also carry some homemade baked goods and canned items. So if you need a little snack or a pick-me-up, they have some of that stuff here too, made locally. They have drinks. They have things for fairy gardens. Look at these neat cows. I love these. like longhorn cows. They have tons of that stuff here. Cute bird feeders and bird houses. Lots and lots of really cool solar lights. So, you know, they have all the gardening accents too for your patio and deck area. A lot of neat things. I love all these solar lights. These are really pretty. I like the like mosaic tile looking ones. So beautiful things. Well, this was kind of a long video, but there were so many things to show you, and I didn't even show you all of it. So when you come here, definitely plan on spending some time here. It is a huge greenhouse. Plus, they also have all of the neat gifts and, you know, accessories to go with your garden. It's just a fun place to go. So if you're ever in the East Earl area, don't forget to check out Black Creek Greenhouse. You will love it. Thank you guys so much for coming along. And whatever you're doing today, have a wonderful day. And we'll see you on the next one.